Saturday morning flight sim.
It's not morning, you drongo. It's evening.
Good day, good morning, good evening, and good night. Welcome to Positive Rates. It's been a couple weeks, hasn't it? How you guys all doing today? Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody watching at home. If you're just sitting, cruising, sitting back, and you're not on the chat, that's fine. All the more welcome to you. Got my coffee here. Nothing like it. Yeah, so I've been away to Canada. We had Dark Fury filling in for one Saturday or one weekend, which was great to watch. I was watching that from Canada, so big shout out to Dark Fury if he's lurking about. Big hello to Jamie. He says, good morning, I can't fly today, but I uploaded some screenshots in the Discord. Okay. No problem. No problem. Nighthawk says, morning everyone, happy to be flying over the Canadian Rockies. My favorite place to fly, absolutely. The scenery is fantastic. So it's a bit overcast in Seattle right now, as you can see. But hopefully we'll get a bit of a clearing to see the Rockies. If it is overcast in the Rockies, I'll change the weather to clear skies at one point just so we can have a good look at it. Johnny says he's looking forward to it as well. And Johnny's flying with us also today, as is Nighthawk. I just saw Nighthawk going by in the Positive Rate livery Airbus A330, which I'd love to fly, but I have some weird kind of bug where I can't push back. It's like the plane's locked in place. It's very strange. Johnny, on the other hand, it looks like can't quite see what he's flying. It looks like he might be flying a A320, which is currently sitting in the EasyJet livery. I don't know if that's if that's actually what he's flying, but Johnny says, hey Willie, what time you working on? 11 o'clock local. So if you just set in the sim, set the time to 11 o'clock roughly, and you'll be good. And Big Jack goes in there, he says, g'day mate, how you doing, Dave? Great to see you. Big shout out to everybody that watches us in Australia. This is a great time to pick up or to see a lot of our followers in Australia. So a huge shout out to everybody in Oz. Johnny says copy, yeah, about the time. Cool. So this is these are older sceneries today. They're not. It's not like they've been recently released or anything like that. But I thought they're great sceneries. Let's have a look at them. And this, of course, is Seattle-Tacoma. It's really, really cool. Big thank you to Orbx for providing us with access to it. It's this is a really nice one, actually, and I'll pop everything in tonight. I mean, as sceneries have evolved, I think some of the newer ones are probably a bit more clever, but this is no slouch at all. I mean, it's beautifully rendered, and you can see there's some office space there, or whatever that might be, lounges maybe, I'm not sure. But it really comes alive at night. I quite like this one. As I mentioned, you know, you will see there's not as much internal detailing perhaps as you might see in other ones, but it really, really is cool, and I love that they've put quite a bit of detail in the satellite terminal as well. So if we go over to here, you can see some people inside there. Again, it's an older scenery, so you're going to see a lot more detail on some of the newer ones as people developers up their game. But this is still pretty good. And you know, watch Orbx for the discounts, folks. And you can get to Orbx. I'll see if I can drop a link in the chat. I don't know if I have any mods with me today, so there you go. Pop that into the chat for you. Go click on that link. Just bash that link for us anyway, guys. Let's Orbx know that you guys are paying attention and that we can send some traffic their way. They've been a huge supporter of Positive Rate over the last couple of years, and we always enjoy all the support that they provide to us. Look, I mean, this is really cool. I mean, again, you know, light on the internal detailing, but you're still getting the transparent glass. You're still able to see things. It's really cool. I like it. I think it's fantastic scenery. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Oh! Dave coming in with the £3.33 donation. I don't know, would that have been a £5 Oz or $5 Oz donation there? Thank you very much, Dave. We're getting off to an early start with the donations today, and he says, I know what he wants me to sing. He wants me to sing £1 Fish. So we're going to have to do a double entendre here. Right, okay, hang on. Let me see if I should actually add that, Dave, to the mix, because anyway, okay, let's drop the so okay, all right, here we go. Come on, ladies, £1 fish. Have a look, £1 fish. Have a look, £1 fish. Very, very good, £1 fish. Very, very cheap, £1 fish. 6 for £5, £1 each. 6 for £5, £1 each. There you go. Thanks, Dave. And of course, this one is for you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Big Jacko, such a great supporter of Positive Rate, and of course a fantastic streamer as well. And I don't think I have his link to hand. I should actually look into doing that. But yeah, please, if you just do a search for Big Jacko's Gaming on YouTube, you'll find him very, very easily. Absolutely entertaining to watch, and a very good friend of mine and a good friend of ours. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Get some Canadian vibe tunes today. I thought, you know, we'll do something a bit in theme, but I do have some rock music that I'm going to, that I've downloaded, but I forgot to put it in the proper directory, and I don't want to change anything at the moment because it's going to mess up the stream. But maybe I can try and hook it somehow. I'll see what I can do. I could probably enqueue it today. So we'll got some new rock music to play. I'm looking at some new vibes for Positive Rate, which I need to talk with the team about. So I haven't had a chance yet. Oh, thank you, Nick. Nick's graciously put in a link to Big Jacko's stream there, so that's good. Yeah, do check it out. Please subscribe as well for Big Jacko. And of course, if you're watching and you're just sitting back, please subscribe and like the stream. Really helps us out. We love meeting new people. And of course, you can, since Nick's here, he could drop a link for us for a Discord channel Do join us in our Discord server as well and become part of the Positive Rate family. We're very friendly. We love talking about flight simulation and any kind of nonsense, really. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm losing the plot. Okay. So, route today. Let's get that up and I'll show you what we're doing. Let's see here. Right, so we are in Seattle, which is here. And we're going to take the satellite departure from runway 16 left, I believe, today. So that's departure to the south. The Seattle 8 departure, I don't think there's a lot to it. I think it's basically vector out and then turn on course when you're told to. From all I can make. Anyway, it's going to be the Elks 3 arrival. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's start. So our northeasterly course up, as we'll be flying over Vancouver at some point. Should see some nice scenery just coming up past Everett. And then cutting in over the Canadian border with a really good view of the Rockies, weather permitting, but we'll clean that weather up temporarily if we need to, just so you guys can get a good view. As we cross over British Columbia into the province of Alberta, and we'll be using the Elks 3 arrival with the SUVAT transition into runway 30, ILS approach to runway 30 into Edmonton. So just to show you what that looks like, Alex, I think and then we're going to be dropping down to Vigvia, I believe. Something like that, anyway. There's 2 arrivals here, I don't know which ones. Oh no, that's for runway 2 and 12, sorry. This one here, so it's this one here. So Alex into Mesdi. And then down to Mesva. Actually, we're going to be turning at Suvat, though, if we got everything down. We want to be about 5,000 feet to Suvat, so if we can get down there from the hard constraint of 7,000 from Kiesald, then we'll do that. Otherwise, we will just vector on heading until we do get down to 5,000. Ultimately, then approaching and intercepting Jevon, where we level off and we'll meet our glide path intercept into Edmonton runway 30 ILS approach. So there you go. Just like that. It's magic, isn't it? Ooh. I've done something funky with my window here. What's going on? Jamie says, let's hope for some turbulence over the Rockies. Yeah, it usually is. Usually is, actually. And, Microsoft Simulator is pretty good at showing that. Apart from that, I think we're probably good to go. So if everyone wants to start pushing back, if you haven't already, and I think Nighthawk is already underway. Another sip of coffee. For my free mug I got complimentary from a friend of mine. Right, where am I? Where's my head at? I don't know. Okay. Everybody's boarded at this point, so we've got 93 passengers on board or something like that. Jamie says, yesterday I did a flight to Alicante and then a return to Bergen. I swear I have not slammed it into Alicante. Yeah. You've never not slammed it. Oh, right. So it's always been a hard landing. Yeah. I think the southern med destinations tend to induce that kind of behavior, don't they? Right. Anyway, we are getting ready to go. So I'm going to start that APU up and get that fired up. We can dispense with the jetway. That can go. Nice animation in the jetway connection too. I think these are they're a little bit more detailed than you might see on some sceneries. So I think, despite its age, I think this the Seattle scenery is still holding pretty good. Right. Okay. Everything's okay at the moment. I think indicator speed. Oh, you know what? I've got some prep to do. See, I've got some prep to do. I just realized I haven't put in all my stuff. Ooh. I usually try to get this done ahead of the stream, so sorry guys, I'm going to be a little bit longer than I thought, actually. Okay, you can hear the packs coming in, so that's the APU running. Right, the zero fuel weight today is 47.4. We'll just put one reserve there. Cost index of 16, so we're going to be flying a bit on the slow side today, guys. You're going to get ahead of me. Altitude assigned today is 390. And we've got a average cruise wind of 277 for 29 knots. So yeah, that'll probably be a bit of a tailwind, actually. So actually, the tailwind might make up for our lack of speed on the cost index. So flaps 5, we will be doing center of gravity is 24/7, giving us a requirement for 477 on the trim there, probably roughly about there. Right, for our takeoff performance then, we are going to runway 16 left, import from aircraft, import the weather there, and everything else is fine. We'll give a calculation 124, 124, 128 respectively. So let's first of all get this in here. Do we have a slope on the runway? No, we don't, and it's 175. Go, no slope. Select the temperature 56. We can go back to here, and we said 124, and then 128 for the, or 124, 124, and 128, didn't we? Yeah. There we go. Everything good there. I think we should be good to go then. Off the plan. Okay. Sorry about that. Completely forgot. Completely forgot where I was going. Right. Sorry, I'm probably not seeing any activity in the chat right now. Just did perform init request, should fetch it from your flight plan. Oh, yeah, no, it's all good. I like to do it manually just to make sure it's correct. It's all good. I do take shortcuts on some things, but I don't need to on that particular thing. That'll be fine. So we said 124, 128, 133 then is our set. 10,000 for initial. That's totally fine. I think I'm happy with that. Turn all this on. Good. Okay, hydraulics, yaw damper, turn on fuel. Let's get the pushback truck pulled on here. Oops. APU power.
Ground, stand by.
Probably get a dual FME, yep, a dual FMC restored thingy. We'll plan the pushback as well, so I think we're in a bit of a cul-de-sac at the airport right now. Is the music too loud, guys? Just let me know. It seems a bit loud in my ear, so I might turn it down.
Okay, sir. The bypass kit is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. Reset parking brakes.
Right, parking brakes. Yes, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Parking brakes are set.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
There we go. It sounds fine. Music is a bit louder than normal. Yeah, I thought it might be. There. That's probably a bit back to where it should be. Okay, any collision lights should be on at this point. And the seatbelt sign should be on as well. All good to go. We should be able to start a pushback.
Go ahead.
Oh, so how's everybody doing this fine weekend anyway? The weather is really nice in Scotland right now.
Push start. Please release parking brake.
Releasing parking brake.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Thank you very much. Kind of you. Hopefully we've done this right. It should back us out to about there somewhere. Wait until we're clear of the bridge. Further back. And it should be fine. Packs. Packs off. And engine 2. Rubbish being dragged to IKEA. J-Hog, oh dear. Sounds like your wife's feeling better. Back to normal routines, is it? How are you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Fuel. That hum of those engines, I love it. Gets better was en route to Leeds and then got a power cut and he gave up. Oh dear. Went to IKEA Burlington this week. Oh, yeah, I remember IKEA Burlington. 403 interchange always confuses me. Feel like I'll end up lost in Hamilton. Yeah, that's where you should end up, mate. Yeah, I passed through that way not too long ago. Obviously, coming back to Pearson. And can I just say, Pearson International Airport, Toronto. What a piece of garbage that airport is. Honest to God, all the walkways and all the escalators were broken. Not working at all. Everything was either stairs or waiting on some sort of elevator lift. I mean, it's just this is supposed to be like Canada's big premier city, and obviously that's represented by the premier airport, and the airport is just absolutely ridiculous. And then when I was flying out, of course you want to get something to eat, so you sit down in all these restaurants, and of course there's one company that runs the whole show, and you have to download some sort of stupid app on your phone to order food, because there's no other way. They will not take your order any other way. And of course the app doesn't work, or the link doesn't work, nothing works, so nobody can get any food. And I mean, it just got to a point where everyone started complaining. It's like, do you want our money or not? And the prices were very expensive, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're talking about $17 for a sandwich. It was just a bomb, like just horrible. I'm so glad to see Pearson disappear behind me as we took off. Right. Anyway, I'm venting here. I should be starting engines. Okay, that's engine 2 into continuous. It's pulling up engine 1. 2 summers ago, we ended up around Bristol with a caravan at 9 p.m. because we were lost in Bristol. And fuel for engine 1. Looking for a spool up. There it is. I suppose I have to save these rants until I get into the air, so at least we're moving at that point, because otherwise I'm just slowing things down. Yeah, but yeah, I honest to God, I mean, they've spent so much money on Pearson Airport, and they actually draw money away from Hamilton Airport as well, which really annoys me, because I'd much rather fly into Hamilton Airport, and I have done that on the limited period where Globespan, which was a Scottish charter, flew in directly into Hamilton. Oh, it was wonderful. I mean, from the time the wheels touched the ground, I was sitting on my uncle's porch with a beer in my hand within about 25 minutes. It's absolutely amazing. I would much prefer small airports. I'm not impressed by large airports. They're usually smelly and stupid. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, we didn't set our, now that I look at it. 39,000. Okay. Alright, taxi light is on. We didn't set parking brake there. That was my bad. I'll put that on just now.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Alright, there we go. Just while I did that, because we would have been stuck here for a wee while.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side.
Thank you very much. Cheers for that. Okay. I'm lost. Where am I? Where am I going? Straight out. Here we go. Off we go. So we want to head out to Bravo. I'm coming, guys. Sorry for the delay. Too much chatter today. Bravo? Must be Bravo. No, this is whiskey. Alright, well, we'll take this up for the moment. Yeah, this is whiskey, so we need to cross over to Bravo. Okay. It's alright, we'll hang a left at the next left. See you later, Jayhawk. All the best to you. Have fun. Okay, while we're sitting here, let's get our flaps out. Flaps 5 selected. Oh, we missed our turn. Yeah, there's the sign for Bravo. I think, oh, it's literally just the next stop over, isn't it? And there goes Johnny. Oh, what a great shot. Just happened to turn the right way as Johnny was rotating up. Nighthawk is lined up as well. Oh, there's a 737 down there somewhere. Pearson has been labeled the worst airport in Canada, says Nighthawk. Worst airport in Canada? Oh, I think they can aim lower than that. I actually think they were aimed. Were they not at one point labeled the worst airport in North America? And well deserved. Just an absolute abominable airport. Trying to get rid of that. Yeah, I just it blows my mind. Like how hard do you have to work to screw up an airport as badly as Toronto? And the stupid thing about Toronto is the Terminal 1. They had these high-speed walkways when it first opened up. It was way back in about 2016, or I think I tried, and they were amazing, right? You get on them and you were just flying, and I think they lasted about a year, and they've been blocked off ever since. They've never bothered to fix them, and they've never bothered to rip them out. So you think, okay, just say, you know what, our mistake, it was new technology, it didn't work, we couldn't maintain it, so we'll just rip it out, put it in a normal walkway? No. They just block it off. So they've actually constrained the walk area, or the walkways to various parts of the terminal without any alternative. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. And you know, going from Edinburgh, if I compare Edinburgh, which is a much smaller airport, to Toronto, Edinburgh's got like a lovely shopping concourse, lots of choices for food, and not really that expensive comparatively. And competition, like actually different companies in the place, whereas Toronto just seems like it's one giant company that's just trying to rip you off anywhere they can find you. Talk about a short runway, says Jamie. Cape Verde, Praia? It isn't even 2,100 meters. Oh, wow. Okay, let's start thinking about takeoff ourselves. Nighthawk is lining up, so we'll turn and get the brakes on and get a nice shot of Nighthawk rotating out. And I don't think we have to go right to the end of the runway, so I think this is probably where we'll park up. That'll do it. Okay, let's watch Nighthawk go, and then we will be on our way, guys. Just gonna get a nice shot as he cruises by here. Big, graceful Airbus 330 leaps into the sky. There it goes. Up he goes. Bon voyage. Bon voyage. Okay. Right. So we have auto brake to RTO. Oop. TCAS TRARA, we want strobes on, logo can stay on for the moment, landing lights, take off, everything else. Do we need any ice today? Yeah, I think maybe we'll stick that on just for the moment. Oh, we got packs missing there. Let's get that on. Forgot to turn our change our power over and take our APU off, so we'll do that right now. Any other checks? 133 good. Initial altitude set. The pressurization is set, and I think we're good to go. Brakes off, and we'll be doing a rolling start. Okay. 50% power. D-rate. Airspeed live.
8 knots. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up. Flaps 1. I'll pilot on. I'll nav. Flap 0. And there goes Seattle underneath us. See Johnny behind us. Now, what are we forgetting? We're probably still on vector, aren't we? So let's get Seattle plugged in. And the plane will start putting us on course. Coming through the clouds now. Finally seeing some blue skies shortly. We can do our cruise altitude set 390. Oh, hold on, wrong thing this way. Thought I was going a bit slow. There we go. Nope, 390. I gotta really need to disable that middle mouse. It's on my bucket list. There's Nighthawk up ahead. Alright. Let's just go direct clip. See here, come on. Enough of this spinning around. Enough of this spinning around. Right, the runway and taxi light can come off. We are now past 10,000. We can take that off as well. Signal the crew that they can start doing stuff. Sorry, we didn't have that on continuous. We'll take engine 2 off continuous as well. Put the gear into neutral and turn off auto brake, and I think turn off anyways as well. Happy days. No fuel in the center tank. We have a total of 5.4 tons to burn. And Leo says hi. Hi, Leo. Hope you're doing well. Hit the like for us, Leo, if you wouldn't mind. Great to have you along. Nighthawk and Johnny now clearly visible ahead. anything else that we should be concerned about? Y'all dampers off for some reason. I turned you on. I turned you on. I don't know what happened. I'm sure it's my fault, but I'll blame the airplane anyway. There we go. Passing 15,000. Now, I do have a slight apology today, guys. We do not have any news for today. Partly, possibly because of the fact I've been away to Canada. I haven't had a chance to organize with the team, so everything's kind of a bit on the back foot this week. But if there's any interesting news that you'd like to share, let me know in the chat. I got a message from Nighthawk. He says, to fix the Airbus, switch to development version via clean install. Fly-by-wire and A339 can have conflicts with other pushback apps. Such, I keep that app disabled. Unfortunately, pushback toolbar is something that I really like using, and it works with everything else. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's actually a headwind that needs to do something about it. Because fly-by-wire 320 works fine with it, and so does the PMDG. So yeah, that sounds like that could be the issue, and I did suspect that. But thanks for letting me know about that. Standard pressure on the barrel. Nobody seems to be on Volanta. Oh, you know what? Neither am I. Whoops. I'll do that now. You can still do the news, Jamie. Just freestyle it. Freestyle the news. Freestyle the news. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that a bit later. I'll have to troll through and see if there's anything that grabs my attention. Okay, I am now on Volanta. Thanks for pointing that out. Leo says subbed and liked. Thank you, Leo. What a guy. Leo, join us in the Discord as well. Join our Positive Rate family. Lots of great people on there, and probably some famous names that you might have heard of. We love talking about flight simulation and all sorts of things to do with airplanes. Done, says Leo. Thank you very much. Leo, great to have you along, mate. Okay, let's extend this range out a bit. Top climb visible about 50 miles, roughly, maybe 60. Everything is cooking with gas so far. Let's do a quick closer sweep up here. Is there anything I should be worried about? Don't think so. We can turn that logo off, don't need that. Just using power for no reason. And everything's look cushy down there. Good, good. We're humming along. Nothing to worry about. Okay. I will leave you with an external view as we approach our cruising altitude. And I'm going to jump off to use the little boys' room. So I'll be right back. See if I can get a nice... Be right back with you guys. Stay tuned. Alright, back with you guys. Did you miss me? Sorry, I got no green screen today. It's a bit warm on the warm side today, so I didn't want to roast. Is the 737 worth it, says Leo. Yes, absolutely. And I'll explain why. You missed us. It's nice to feel loved. Yeah, the PMDG. So there's different packages you can get. Just turn that music down a little bit. This is the 737-600. So this is actually the most inexpensive package you can buy. I think it comes in about $40 US. It's absolutely exceptional value at that price. You get all the functionality for the most part that you get in the other variants, but it's just the smallest one, that's all. If you want probably the more well-known variants such as 737-800, or you can get the 700 and the 900, they're individually priced at, I believe they're about $70 US. But even at that price, the level of detail in the PMDG 737 is exceptional. So it's a great value no matter which variant you go for. But if you're a bit short of cash, then I can't say anything wrong about the 737-600. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a good starter package for PMDG as well, as if you're kind of new to it. And yeah, I mean, you're not going to get much better than this. I think the only rival really nowadays to it is probably the Phoenix Airbus 320C conventional engine the conventional engine option. And it does all sorts of things. You can even model failures in this, which I don't really do on stream because I'm not as good as some of the other guys in positive rate. But it's just amazing. And it really comes to, it looks absolutely brilliant at night too. So let me, I'll turn that, just so you can see what it looks like at night. Oh, that's not the panel. Turn that down. Yeah, check this out, Leo. 11:46. Don't forget that. That's what it looks like at night. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And see, you can adjust all these screens as well. Dim that if I want. There's flood. You can put floods up here. Yeah, she's a beautiful airplane. Really cool EFB as well. So you've got your standard thing, full integration with SimBrief, so you can import flight plans directly from there. There's my flight plan. You can get Navigraph charts too, so we're flying to CYEG. I can pull that up if I want. Oop, don't know what happened there. There we go. Elks 3 arrival, so look, I can even have the chart directly into the aircraft. And you can adjust your units and all that kind of thing down here as well, which is really cool. Oop, yeah. And then if we go to performance tool, you've got your takeoff calculator, so that's what we use to calculate our V speeds. And then we're also going to be landing, oh, that sounds like we're hitting cruise altitude there. We're going to be landing at runway 30. We can import the weight and the weather. And then that's going to calculate our VREF, which will be 127 for landing at runway 30. So we can probably put that in now if we want. Into our approach. 30/127. There we go. Oh, Johnny says, yeah, that would be nice. What would be nice, Johnny? Sorry, I'm not. Something I said. Kind of lost track. Leo says, are you online so I can meet you at your arrival? Yes, we're on the North server. North server, Johnny. And please do join us. You can join us in anything. It doesn't have to be an airliner. If you want to zoom around me in a fighter jet, you go right ahead. We're quite open to that. Anyway, come on. Let's get our day back to where it should be, which is, I think, it'll be about 11:50. That's probably good enough. Looks like we're going to get some good views of the Rockies as well. Look at that. We're already starting to see some mountains now. Oh, yeah. Beautiful simulator, yeah. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Johnny Nighthawk well ahead of me. You're new to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay. You don't really know how to connect to the North server. So if you... I'll just do that temporarily. If you spawn in to any... to the airports, you want to go to CYEG. And then all you do is up here... Sorry, I'm just going to do this. You hit escape, go to your logo there, and you see where you can select your server there, and that we're on North Europe. Just like that. So yeah, it's you're in for lots of fun, Leo. Lots of fun. It's a great simulator. Oh, look at that. And of course, all those mountains are actually there. It's all based on satellite telemetry. So what you're seeing is actually how it appears in the real world, which is just mind-blowing, actually. We've never had this level of fidelity ever until Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 came out. Leo says thanks, you're welcome. Oh, I might troll the news. See if there's anything I want to talk about. That's a good one. Ooh. Why must you forsake me? Yeah, there is some interesting stuff happening right now, so let me just build that quickly. Yeah, that's a big thing, actually. Okay. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's see where we are in the world. At cruising altitude, everything's good there. Oh, seatbelts are still on. Take those off. Wait, wrong one. Sorry, guys. There you go. You can move around the cabin. This, I'd love to have a package where the cabin crew actually barks at you if you haven't just take off the seatbelt signs. Don't think we have anything that's quite up to that task yet, but that'd be pretty cool. That's where, I mean, there's a lot of AI talk now about air traffic control, but I would actually like to see some sort of AI solution for like cabin crew interactions. I think that would be really neat. Leo says, is your time live? No, so we're flying local time. We've set a local time to Pacific time zone to 11:50 because right now it's actually nighttime. So we always fly at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, London time, and we always set that 11 o'clock time wherever we are in the world. So it's not quite true to life, obviously, because it's actually dark right now, but yeah, that's what we usually do. Okay. So we do have some good news, good news. We do have news to talk about, and there's some good items up there, so I will get that going now. And let's talk about the news, guys. So, yes, some big developments. This one, for me, is actually really good. SimBrief, the free flight planner tool for all the simmers everywhere in the world, is getting even better. They have brought in a takeoff calculator, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, if for something that is completely free to use, it blows my mind how awesome this thing continues to get year on and year in. And as you can see there, give you you put in your airport and your runway. It gives you a lovely diagram, including the live weather, everything like that, and it will calculate everything you need to know based on your variant that you can put in. And of course, any of the popular add-ons typically are available as a variant to airframe selection, so it does take those things into account. It's absolutely amazing. I'm blown away. It's a huge thank you to all the guys at Navigraph who continue to support the free access to SimBrief, which has become such a vital tool for all of us in the simulation world. Next thing, PMDG. Ooh, they're teasing stuff, guys. They're teasing stuff. Some more screenshots have emerged for the upcoming PMDG 777, which is highly anticipated. It's going to be the first high-fidelity long hauler really available for flight sim. I think this is probably going to be a must-buy on most experienced simmers list. And yeah, just look at the level of detail on there. Of course, we've gotten to know PMDG's quality through flying the PMDG 737, so we expect nothing less than absolute exceptional quality for the upcoming 777, and everybody's very, very excited about that. On the flip side, Latin VFR has come out and released their Airbus 340-300. Airbus 340 was a 4-engine airliner long hauler, loosely based on the Airbus 330. I'd say the fuselage was probably roughly the same, but the 4 engines obviously extended its range. It was always a bit fuel hungry. Airbus 340-600, I think, was probably the most popular variant. Not a great airliner, though. I mean, not very popular with in terms of commercial success. It was a bit expensive to operate, although it did have the range. It did allow routes to occur where previously couldn't. And at the point, I think probably at the time, only the 747 really had that range where they could get that range on less passengers, which was useful. But as modern airliners have come in, the burn rate of the Airbus 340, which was never subjected to a re-engine option, is just made it awfully expensive to operate, and we're now seeing a lot of airlines that fly them, retire them on rapid pace, and instead going for twin-engine operations such as the Airbus 350 or the Dreamliner 787 or 777. So yeah, we will see these disappear from our skies as time goes on. But yeah, there you go. If you have interest in the airplane, you can try it. It is being received to very mixed reviews, though. I think there's some good things about it and some not so good things about it. But you know, if you're a fan of Latin VFR, I'll definitely go check it out, and you'll probably enjoy it. Leo says, I have the Airbus 380. Oh, do you? Well, we're waiting on the not PMDG, we're waiting on the fly-by-wire 380. There is a 380 available in the marketplace, but I don't think it's particularly high fidelity. But hey, you know, if you're flying it and you enjoy it, that's perfect. Fly Tampa, we know this company well, this developer well for scenery and Microsoft Flight Simulator. They've just released their Sydney airport for X-Plane 12. So if you are an X-Plane 12 user, you will probably be really excited about this. For some reason, it's not giving me a ability, but if you to open these up. But if you look, it looks very, very nice, very pretty. And yeah, get yourself Sydney Kingsford Smith Airport, which I believe is the main international airport. For X-Plane 12. And finally, this is really exciting. So, long anticipated since they announced it. Black Square, which has made a name for themselves in high fidelity general aviation aircraft, have just released. They're built from the ground up. Beach Duke. Now, this comes in both variants. There was a Beach Duke available for Flight Simulator 10 long time ago. But it is such an amazing general aviation aircraft to fly. It's got it's pressurized cabin. It's got a very high, a relatively high speed, and if you get the turbine version, it's really quick as well. But I mean, the features in this just look absolutely phenomenal, and you can see all of the detail, including your bob and the gyro and everything. Absolutely stunning. The level of detail in this is probably not going to be seen in any package, or will only be rivaled by some of the airplanes that have been released by Just Flight in recent years, such as the Piper Arrow. But yeah, it's stunning, and I'm just looking at it right now. It looks like it's actually better and more detailed than the add-on that was available for Flight Simulator 10. So I think this is, if you like twin engines, you like general aviation, I think this is a must-buy for anybody that's kind of interested in that kind of thing. And I think that is the news for us. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Okay, let's do a position check here. Where are we? Top of descent, roughly 170 miles off, 180 maybe. Nighthawk says Latin VFR is more for the Xbox crowd. Maybe. Just because it's more simplified. But Nighthawk also says Duke looks incredible, such high detail and quality. Yeah, it really does. It really does. Jamie says apparently the 777 was supposed to be out by the 15th of May. Obviously that didn't happen. Well, you know, beta testing. I think PMDG is one of those developers who will refuse to release a product to market unless they know it's absolutely rock solid. And that's one of the reasons that people buy it day one, because they know as soon as that add-on gets released on the site that it's been rigorously tested, and it's pretty much ready to go. And that's why people have a lot of faith in them, and that's the way to run a company. That's the way to run a studio. I mean, some studios, not going to name any in particular, but some studios are desperate to get things to market even though they know there's issues with their add-ons. I don't think that's ever panned out well for them, and it just reduces confidence, customer confidence in your product. PMDG, though, complete opposite. They really do test hard. Not to say you're not going to hit bugs. I'm sure once these things go to market, there's always a few issues, but one thing that, again, I'll say about PMDG is they continually improve their products. So even after you bought that product, I think since I've got the PMDG, I've probably had about 10 updates which are, you know, patch fixes, improvements. I mean, when I first got this, we didn't have the EFB. This was added. So I mean, I've actually got more functionality now than when I first purchased it, which is awesome. Nighthawk says PMDG will probably wait until after Sim Update 15 is released. Yeah, that's probably a likely story, actually. Yeah, that's a very good point, because that could present issues. I mean, all the studios will have to obviously cope with Sim Update 15, but yeah, if you got like your banner product just coming out, and you want everyone to have a good impression, yeah, maybe shaking it down after the update might not be such a bad idea. Jamie says I will be buying the 777 on day one. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be. I might. I have to see how the pennies go. But I can't see us waiting too long before we have a positive rate livery for the 777. Oh, let's see if we get any beautiful scenery below us. There, look at that. Lovely. Oh, Crut, I missed ya. Nice game, he says. Hi, Crut. Is it Crut or Nut? Can't see. Nut Schmid. Hello. Sorry I missed your message there, mate. So I don't know where we are right now. We must be over. I think we're flying over Kelowna. That's what we're looking at down below us. So yeah, we're definitely into Canadian territory now. So we've hit our first range of mountains. We're going to be hitting our second range of mountains pretty soon. And looks like the clouds building up there, but if we can't see it, we'll clear the skies for a little bit so you guys can get a look at the view. Jamie says there's a massive lack of long-haul aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. 747 is barely in use now. 787 isn't the best on landing and has bugs, and the 339 isn't high fidelity. Now, I mean, 339, the Headwinds 339 is actually pretty good. Considering it's free, it's actually brilliant. But it's not a... the cockpit itself isn't kind of modeled accurately, I guess you would say. But then Headwinds is working on a new version of their 339, so... Who knows, we might actually see some great things from Headwinds, and of course they get a lot of support from Fly-by-Wire. So, yeah, but I definitely agree about, you know, the stock aircraft, 747, 787, I've never bothered with them. I know that there's mods for the 787, etc., but, you know, I'm not particularly interested. I'd rather have something that was designed from the ground up to be good. Like we get with, and even in the freeware, the Fly-by-Wire 320, which is amazing, but, you know, again, it's not a long hauler. Oh, Kelowna, yeah. Oh, I could have just looked at the map there. Nighthawk says Headwind still working on the 338 and the 333. Oh, okay. And then you have the Fly-by-Wire A380. Yeah, I think that's going to be a big deal. And DC-10. He's working on the DC-10. A350 projects are still going strong. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Airbus 350 is one I'm actually particularly interested in, because that's obviously that's a modernized Airbus cockpit. So it's going to have a lot more, because I think it has like a, is it a touchpad FMC on the Airbus 350? Oh, the in-builds are A350, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's... it just takes time, right? It just takes time for all this stuff to come out. But the good news is, even with a new simulator coming, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, once they get these initial builds out of the way, porting them over to the next sim will be relatively easy. Because it's largely the same architecture, so they said that, the path to port these over to the new version isn't going to be that big a deal. So that's good. So once we do get these long haulers appearing, we're not going to have to wait long for them to also appear in 2024, which is cool. But I think once the 777 comes out, we may, it depends how PMDG goes, but you never know, in our future you may see the Queen of the Skies return, which is one of PMDG's most infamous add-on packages. The Queen of the Skies has always been a huge hit for them on multiple platforms. So yeah, watch the space. You might have a surprise announcement this year. Starting to see some mountains. Oh, there we go. Starting to peek through the distance. There we are. Look at that, with the clouds surrounding them too. That's cool. Rockies, here we come. Leo says, I wonder when the Airbus Beluga will come out. Oh, who's working on that one? I did recall someone was working on a Beluga, but I can't remember who. Of course, the Aerosoft A330 will come out at one point. Yes. Yes. And I hope it'll be fantastic. We shall see. We shall see. Jamie says 767 is pretty cool for some people and just not my thing. Yeah, I love it. I think 767 is an awesome mid-hauler. As is the 757. I'm really excited for Bluebird Simulations 757, who are also going to be working on the 767 as well. Nighthawk says, my parents returned from Frankfurt in Lufthansa. 747-400 arrived at Pearson. Just recently. That's interesting. They're still flying the 400, eh? Impressive. Dan says, oh, hello, didn't know we were live today. Oh, Dan. I even had to do news without you. I wasn't going to do news, but then one of the Positive Rate family on the chat pestered me into doing some news. So I went and found some. And we've had a news segment. How are you, Dan? I hope everything's doing all right. Nighthawk says, I was surprised they still use the 747-400s. Yeah, they're getting pretty old in the tooth now. I mean, last time I was on a 747-400 was Cathay Pacific over to Hong Kong from Toronto, and that was 1998. Which doesn't seem that long ago when I think, well, 1998 wasn't that long ago, but yeah, it was. It's like 26 years ago. I'm old. I'm so old. What are you going to do? Jamie says Lufthansa do Frankfurt to LAX in 747. Oh, do they? Okay. Well, Lufthansa fly Airbus 380s too, though. Do they not? I thought they had the 380. Oh, look at these mountains really starting to peek in now. Look at that. Here's the Rockies in all their glory. Alright. I am just going to step away for a bit. I can still see Johnny and Nighthawk well ahead of me there. Let you guys soak in the scenery for just a minute. I'm going to pop away and I'll be right back. Stay tuned, guys. Right, here I am. Here I am. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I love taking this route. Oh. Nighthawk says, think that route is the 747-800. Yeah, Lufthansa was one of the only airlines to actually buy the 747-800 passenger variant. I think the other one might have been Korean Air or Nippon Airways or something like that. Dan says, I have been tempted to pick up the Fellas 747-200 for X-Plane 12. Okay. Proper retro one it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. What's the FMC like on that? Is that an older style GPS then? I've been on a 747-200 as well. Air India. It was a cheap flight I got from London to Toronto. Like the last leg from Delhi or something like that. Nighthawk says the older airliners with 3 flight crew area, a lot of work. Yeah, because they always had an engineer. Would be great if there was a multi-crew and someone could be the engineer. Yeah, that'd be neat. Actually get a 3-man, like if someone came out, for instance, if, well, I think, was it DC-10? DC-10 probably had a flight engineer, didn't it? I know the Lockheed 1011 did. I think all the TriStars might have, actually. Oh, what a view. The view, life of a pilot, eh? Look at that. That's one thing I never checked in the sim. I never had a chance, but with the Northern Hemisphere having a remarkably fantastic experience recently with the Northern Lights, I don't know if that was actually modeled in the sim. I think there is an add-on for it, a free one, to get the Northern Lights. Dan says it has no FMS like the ones where we see today. You had to input coordinates all with the INS. Yeah, yeah, like the Concorde. Although I do wonder if some of the 200s may have been retrofitted over the years, but look at that. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Seeing as we're going over the Rockies, any chance of picking up a Coors Light? Yeah. Nighthawk says, I think there is payware for Northern Lights. Oh, okay, it's payware. Can't compete with the worldwide photos over the last week. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think you pretty much had to be drowning in a city with a lot of light pollution not to see it. Jamie says, time to head back to the Canaries from Cape Verde. 8.9 tons on a 2,000 meter runway. Ooh, yeah. You should be flying with us. How dare you fly a different route than us? We miss you, Jamie. Always doing your own thing, you. Still quite a bit of snow in those mountains at the moment. What is the temperature like in Canada at the moment, then, Nighthawk? Is it? I mean, I was a bit quite fortunate. It was probably averaging about 18, 19 while I was in Ontario. But I think it was going to turn colder. Jamie says you should come fly in the Canaries. Yeah, we should. Yeah, actually, Jamie, if you know a good 2-hour route, you could propose in the flight plan section for positive rate on the Discord there. That'd be good to know. Roughly a block time. We always aim for a block time around 1 hour 45, 1 hour 50. So if you can think of a good route for that, that'd be neat. And we'll definitely look at that. Only 6 degrees, 2 degrees in Edmonton. Ooh. And Calgary and Banff had snow this week. Okay, well that explains what we're looking at then. That's pretty cold, eh? Cold for May 18th. We're just about to depart the Rockies over to the flat part of Canada, the very flat part of Canada. Top of descent is coming up as well, so I think we need to start paying a bit more attention here. Just as well I look down, eh? Platform altitude is going to be 5,000 feet, so I'll drop that now. Which will give the VNAV freedom to start a descent when we hit our top. Snoopy in the doghouse too. We should be set that to 40, which is what our track heading is at the moment. Heading to the nose mine, not the actual heading of our flight path. We've got a slight wind coming in from our left. So as you can see, that's pushed our nose slightly to the left to head off that wind. But a good tailwind. Ground speed of 474. Well, that was interesting too. When it was Dreamliner I took from Toronto back to Edinburgh direct, and really got lucky with the tailwind. At one point we were tracking 570 knots ground speed with the tail. Probably one of the shortest crossings I've ever had. Wheels up, we were landed at Edinburgh within 5.5 hours. Which is absolutely nuts. It's very, very quick crossing. Excuse me. Jamie says Lisbon Porto to any of the Canary Islands about an hour 30. Okay, well, so possibly even push that even further north. Maybe Paris or Paris Orly to Canaries. That's pretty quick, actually. I didn't think it was as quick as that. You forget how far south Portugal is, don't you? You did Orlando to Glasgow in 7 hours. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good, actually. Mind you, with the Great Circle route, there's probably not that much of a difference as you'd think, because you're flying over a globe, aren't you? So maybe Palma to Mallorca to Canaries. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. One nice destination to another one. I'm just going to check in with our landing route here, because I can't remember. That was auto brakes too. Runway 30 is 10,000 feet. We do not need auto brakes 3. I think we're going to go auto brakes 1. Let's recalculate that. We still have the same VREF though, so it's 127. But yeah, there's absolutely no reason for auto brakes 3 on a runway that well. And QNH is 2976 as well, so let's get that set. There we go, that's ready to go when we switch over. Top of descent is edging very near us now. I can see both Johnny and Nighthawk are starting their descents. Johnny must be a lot further ahead than us because he's a bit further down. So Jamie says, I recommend flying into the Gran Canaria. Gran Canaria, yes. Nice windmills on approach. Yes! I think I might even have scenery for that as well. We'll have a look. But if we don't, we'll try and get some if it's available. But no, that's a great idea. Yeah, if you could just, like you said, Jamie, if you could just post a suggestion into the Positive Rate Flight Plan channel, that'd be great. Nighthawk said every time I flew into Edmonton, there was always an RAF VC-10 parked on the ramp. All right. Wow. VC-10, jeez. It was still airworthy. How long ago was that? Yeah, quite a few years ago. Yeah. Can't see them flying that now. That was one heck of an airplane. Okay, top descent has kicked in. Our engines are now throttling back. We don't have any steep path or speed warnings on the FMC, so it looks like the flight computer is generally quite happy with the altitudes and speeds that we need to hit to come in. Well, there's very little management on the way down for this, actually. What we can do, though, is let's get our approach. We need 109.10 of course 300, so we'll get that set here. Very unusual, actually, to have a course that is exactly the same as the runway number, isn't it? There's always a slight deviation usually, but not this time. 109.10. 109.1. Sorry. That's ready to go. So we'll kick that in when we get closer. Simwings Gran Canaria is what you have. Oh, okay. Who sells that? Or did you buy that direct from Simwings or off the marketplace? Wonder if Dave's still kicking about. He must have gone to bed by now. So I'll take you through the approach anyway. Oh, it's from Orbx, right? Okay. I couldn't remember which version Orbx it had, so okay, that's good. So yeah, we'll definitely try and do that one then. Gran Canaria. Okay. Yeah, get that posted into flight plans and we shall do that. What was I going to do? Oh, the approach, yeah. Okay. Yes, so we are using the Elks 3. I presume that is named after the animal. Elks 3 approach, which will take us from Elks direct to Mesdi. For approaching the runway 30, we then make a right turn towards Mesva. And then as we close in, we're going to intercept, I think we turn at Suvat towards Jevon. which is there. There you go. There's CVOT. Then a hard right, or hard left rather. We should be at 5,000 at that point to Jevin. Then turning on course, heading 300 to level off, intercept the glide path for runway 30 into Edmonton. Now, what we should do here is actually figure out where the glide path is. 9.6, is that right? Yeah, it's set 9.6. So if we set up a marker of, I want to fix here. Let's see. Think. CYEG. And we want the reciprocal course of 300. So what we do is we take. I should actually put a calculator on the screen, just so. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but some of you guys might not. So if I want a reciprocal beam line for runway 30, what I do is I put in, we know that runway is 300 in effect, so we do that, and because it's over 180, we subtract 180, that gives us a reciprocal course of heading of 120. So then what we do with that is we put 120 in there, and we know that the descent is 9.6 miles, so just, I don't know, can we put 9.6 possibly? Yes, we can. And then that will give us, I'll show you what that does. Of course, I know some of you, most of you guys probably know all about this stuff, but anybody new watching might not. So if I now step through, what we have is a nice little line, and there's SUVAT that tells us where that glide scope is going to start. And it looks like it's pretty much on course. So what I might do when we get to SUVAT, rather than turning towards Jevin, I might actually run that vector a bit. Yeah, I might actually run long a bit just to give us a bit more of an intercept angle for the localizer into Jevin. And what heading will we need for that? 121. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set that into the heading now, so I don't forget. And then we'll go to heading mode once we're heading towards SUVAT, and let the path run long a bit. Make a PBD. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to do that in the PMDG. That's I know how to do it in the Airbus. You think you're right on top of Johnny now, are you? Okay. Yeah, that's something I've done in the PMDG. I should really look that up. But it's not critical because I can. You can do right. Oh, you're gonna post it in chat? Okay, perfect. Because I don't think it works quite the same as how you do it in the Airbus side. So, it's not critical. We know what we need to do. There's Elk, so we're just about 20 miles away from our initial approach. Should be at below flight level 190, so we look well on track for that, not a problem. And according to the VNAV path, we're bang on, so that's good. Yeah, you're slow like that. Oh, you're still quite high, Nighthawk, aren't you? You can see it's getting well flat now. Lots of farmland and concession roads crisscrossing the landscape below us, but very flat, isn't it? It's amazing how it goes from like crazy mountains to dead flat. And the roads are just straight forever and ever, aren't they? I mean, at least in southern Ontario, our roads do kind of bend and curve a little bit. Although they're much straighter than you would find in Europe. But the maritime provinces not the maritime, the prairie provinces are just completely different ballpark. That is like just straight roads for like 100 miles. Just point your car and just fall asleep. Wake up or wait until you hit something, whatever. Okay, passing 21,000. Nice clear skies today, so we'll probably leave those seatbelt light signs off as long as we can. But we do want time to give the crew the time to clean up, so it's not always good to leave your seatbelts off till the last minute because you're not really helping your crew out. You want everyone to get sat down so it gives them a bit more control, just to get passengers into the seats so they can start tidying up the cabin for landing. And there's always this incessant need for passengers to start raiding the overhead bins for something like right before landing or on initial approach. I don't know what it is. They won't even touch them during the flight. But then suddenly, like 20 minutes before landing, it's like this mad panic. Well, I got to get into the overhead bin. I'm like, why? Just sit down. Just sit down. Jamie says try CVAT 121.3. What is the /3? Is that 3 miles? Okay. CVAT 121. Let's try. Well, I'll say 5. What's that? Oh, perfect. Hey, thanks, Beluga. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, I'm gonna set. I set 5 miles. That's perfect. Look at that. So we've got a nice. So what I'll do is I'll actually. Whoop, no. Well, I'll do that again, just so you can see what I did. So CVAT is after CVAT, so we're going to pick that up. I can just get that from the scratch pad there. So we went 121, which is the initial heading, and then I want to run it long for 5 miles, so we get a nice easy intercept onto the localizer coming back to Jevin. So I'm going to stick that in above Jevin. And you can see that appearing in there, and then tie Jevin up to there. So there, you kind of gives us a sharp angle. That's totally fine. Here we go, ready to go. Nice, lovely. Thank you very much for that, Jamie. How much time till arrival? Well, it's 1935. Wow, this is that what? Yeah, that's Zulu. So if we go to progress, it is predicting us to be landing at 1952. So we're roughly 16 minutes away. 16 minutes till we land, Leo. Standard pressure queue, so we'll put that in 2976. We'll just double check that. Yes, 2976. So that is totally fine. Next constraint is above 8,000 at Alneg. So we'll just assume the VNAV is keeping us on track for that. You could do Jevon 121. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, you could just extend it from Jevon. Well, I'll tell you, just to be different, I'll do it for 3 miles, just to give us a... Actually, it's not 121, Jamie, it's 120, because it's reciprocal of... We want to have it kind of on beam for... on path for the airport, for the runway. So what we want is 120, but we'll set that for 3 miles. And we want that before Jevon, don't we? Yeah. So if we go back into our plan, that's now giving us a bit more of a easier left turn, rounding off, and then giving us a little bit of leeway time before Jevon. That's nice, because that's going to give us a bit of space before we have to intercept the glide path. It just makes it a bit more civilized. So that's good. No, that's a really good suggestion, Jamie, though. Perfect. What is the arrival time? Arrival time is 1952. 1952, Leo. So if I go to progress here, actually 1953 now. So based on our Zulu chronometer of 1938, 1953, that's about, what, 13 minutes away or something like that. Hello from sunny Germany! Hello, Christian, how are you? Oh. What's going on? I think my sim is frozen. Come back to me, sim. Yeah, there we go. Oh, always a bit of panic when that happens. Wow, look at that. What's that river? Anybody know what that river is? Actually, is that actually man-made? That's what I wonder. Because it kind of looks man-made, doesn't it? The way it's been dug in there. 10,000. Okay, we want seatbelts on for sure now. Landing lights come on. Engines can go into... No, we'll leave that for now. Don't think there's anything else we need to worry about. Saskatchewan River? What? In Alberta? Is there a Saskatchewan River in Alberta? You were working on your tan? Oh, the visor. Oh, nice. What's the temperature there, Christian? I think we're hovering around 20 degrees today here. It's really warm outside. Okay, we're just about getting into our final approach here. So we still have that 8,000 above constraint. But at this point, I'm probably going to do a speed intervention. I think we'll keep running at 240 for the time being, but we just want to make sure that we get down to 5,000 without too much difficulty. Should be okay in theory. 25 degrees, very nice. That's a lovely temperature. 25 is a nice, pleasant temperature. Unless you have wind. If you have wind, then not so much. But if there's no wind, that's lovely. It's a very pleasant temperature, that. Okay. We should see the airport approaching us on the right there. There it is. There's runway 30. Great view of Edinburgh Airport there. Actually, is that runway? I can't remember which one was which. Yeah, that's 30 there, yeah. There's the terminal. So we got a high-speed exit, 2 high-speed exit options there, depending on how quickly we can slow down, but we're in no rush to slow down. Okay, I'm going to bring that music down for the moment and bring the sim noises up so we can focus on our landing. Slight winds. Make it just about right when the sun, yeah, just to give you a little bit of a cooling effect. Yeah, nice. That's nice. Okay, we are now aiming for 7,000. VNAV path is still looking okay. What we will do is get our ILS dialed in here. And we can see the localizer is live. And at this point, I'm going to drop the airplane to about 210. And because we're descending, we're going to give a little bit of assistance by bringing out the speed brakes. There you go, you can see them extended. Just so we can descend and slow down at the same time. And that was one thing I really noticed actually on that flight back from Canada. They do not spare the speed brakes when they're coming into Edinburgh. The speed brakes were popping out a lot. Okay, approaching 5,000. Everything looking good. I'm quite happy with our position, so I'm going to retract those brakes for now. But we'll leave them in the armed position for landing. And once we level off at 5,000, we should see that speed bleed off pretty quickly. Did I get a video of? No, I didn't get any video. I was in the. I was in seat 43D, so I was in the Dreamliner's 3, 3, and 3. So I was on the aisle seat in the middle, so I couldn't see anything. Okay, I'm going to bring out flaps 1 just to give us a little bit of extra drag, and I'm going to slow us down to about 180. Arm the localizer as well. And course setting should be set to approach setting, so change that 30. And breathe flaps 2. Localizer's alive. Our new waypoints are working out absolutely brilliantly. We want Orbx 1. We can put on our when we turn off and put engines into continuous ignition, and we'll just let the crew know that they need to get seated for arrival into Edinburgh. You're heading off to the garden? Oh, off you go, Christian. Enjoy that lovely weather out there. Thanks for popping in to say hi. Just waiting for the that localizer to get picked up. Meantime, we can have a look below us. Passenger eye view. There we go. There's the airport there. I often see this as a passenger if I've got a window view. I'm always tracking where the airport is. Okay, localizer is zoned in. Happy with speeds at the moment, so we don't need to change much there. We know that's about 10 miles. There's our 5-mile marker. So once we get to about 6 miles, we will drop the gear. And we can arm the approach. Glide scope is live. And radio altimeter is alive. 2,400 feet. And we're going to set a radio decision height today, I think, too. Just go 200. Light scope starting to come down. Press Alt hold to get the glide in pink. Alt hold. Ooh. That's a nice little tip. Thanks, Jimmy. You hope I do a butter, Leo? Well, we might do. 10,000 footer, we do have time. If it was a shorter runway, I would have said absolutely not. And glide scope intercept. Put on our autopilot B. And we're going to drop that to 160. Let's start getting a bit dirtier with the flaps. Flaps 5. 133 on our approach. Okay. Gear down. Adding even more drag to the airplane now. And we'll dial in our final approach speed of 133. Flaps 15. Flaps 30 will be our final flap position. Why does it always say Orbx in the corner? Because Orbx take very good care of us. Very good care of us. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. Here we go. Wish me luck. We definitely have a little bit of a crosswind in here, so need to pay attention to that. I think we'll let the autopilot do its thing for a little bit. Turn on oh, I don't have replay, Leo, unfortunately. Sorry, man. I should actually look at getting it, but I just I think the biggest problem I have with replays is they're all a bit of a fudge. But yeah, I should invest in that. And I don't really. I think replay is one of those things you shouldn't have to pay for either. So hopefully 2024 will have a much better replay feature. So we'll turn off autopilot at 500. Yeah, there is a free one. I think but I had it, but it was causing problems with my. It was making my SIM crash.
500.
Okay. My controls.
400. 300. Approach approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
166, not too bad. Reverse thrust. Jamie says, nice! Oh, Leo said that's a great landing. Thank you very much, Leo. That's kind of you to say, sir. Oh, it's already a sim, yeah, but it's a bit of a, it's a development version, isn't it? Come on. Auto brakes were, didn't press the brakes hard enough to disengage the auto. My one irk about the, the 737, I think, once you start touching the brakes, if it's above 20%, you should just disengage that auto brake altogether. Oh, look at this. Lovely terminal. And we are vacating runway 30. Start the APU. Take TCAS off. Welcome to Edinburgh, everybody. Big Johnny's down the tail end there, so we'll try and find him. And then we'll do a quick tour of the airport. There's a Dash 8 parked out there. Air Canada. Some WestJet 737s off in the distance. Oh, there's Nighthawk. Well, I would have called that a butter. 166 is pretty reasonable. Parking brake set. EPU power can come on, and engine's off. Seatbelts off. Welcome to Edinburgh, guys. Okay, let's get the jetway parked so our passengers can depart. And I love the detailing on these jetways, actually. It's quite cool. Nice. We can probably leave that APU on right now for the keep the passengers cold, warm. So it looks a bit on the cold side right there, so we don't want to shut everything off completely. Fuel pumps can come off. There we go. Everything else looks okay. So let's do a tour of the airport, guys. How did you get your own livery? We are blessed, Leo, with a team member, Dark Fury, who is exceptionally talented at doing liveries. He does our custom liveries for us. And you can get any livery that we have if you go onto our Discord channel. There's a liveries, Discord server. There's a liveries channel in there, which has a lot of our liveries. But I think there's new liveries coming out soon for all sorts of different airplanes, so you might want to hang on. Oop. There we go, nicely parked, and big thank you to Nighthawk there. Johnny was around. Oh, Johnny, your plane's disappeared, but I know you're there. And welcome to Edinburgh. Yeah, I've probably said that about 4 times already. Or Edinburgh. Edmonton. Edmonton is I've never been to it, but it looks like an absolutely awesome airport to fly from. It's a single kind of long hallway design. It's very similar to reminiscent for me of something like Hong Kong, the new Hong Kong airport. Just a nice open departure area with we'll count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 10, 15 gates or so. We do have some satellite gates out there as well, probably used for props and things like that. Multi-story car parking behind as well. Apart from that, generally flat. There's not a lot around here. It is quite far south of the city, isn't it? I think it's a few miles. Well, it's not that far away anyway. But it looks like it's fairly easy to get in and out of as well. Beautiful airport. But we'll have a look at it at night. Bitterly cold in February, yeah, I can imagine. But I love this. Look at this. This is really, really funky. There's your... is that a control tower? Must be. But the control tower has got a nice kind of funky wraparound to it. A little bit of architectural flair there. Let's take it to nighttime. Let's see what this looks like. So there you go. And we do we have internal modeling? Yes, we do. We do have internal mind, but everything looks very dark, unfortunately. Not sure if that's because there's a bug in my scenery, or there just simply isn't any internal illumination. So yeah, not as impressive at nighttime, unfortunately. I don't know if that's because that's just the way it is, or because there is some beautiful internal modeling there. So I don't, I'm not quite sure why they haven't put the lights on inside, unless it's because this glass is smoky. That could be the reason. Because actually, that could very well be the reason. Because if I go inside here, look, it's actually bright. So that is probably the way it looks. It's because you have tinted glass, which is very similar to what you find at Heathrow Terminal 3. I know has that. Yeah, toned windows. Yeah, I think so. Do the live weather. This is live weather, actually. Yeah, this is live weather. I could, if you want, Leo, I could put on some snow so we can see what it looks like in February. won't we do that? Let's do our Edinburgh winter simulation. Just so we can really feel cold, eh? Ooh, I already feel freezing. I will put it back to daytime. Now we're talking. There you go. Here's your Edinburgh Airport winter simulation, guys. Oh God, does it ever look cold? Just makes me shiver looking at it. And it gets properly cold in Edinburgh too. I think minus 30 is not a rare thing for them. Yeah, that's why we keep the APU on. Don't want those passengers freezing before they leave the airplane. Anyway, thanks guys. I'm so glad for you to join us on our journey today. A huge thank you to Nighthawk and Johnny for flying pace with us as well today. Kyman, didn't see you. Kyman Ruttons, he says hello. Hello, Kyman. I hope you're doing all right. Funny looking Edinburgh, yeah. Freudian slip. I should have said Edmonton. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the trip with us today. We had a nice look at the Rockies as well as we were coming over. Great flight, says Nighthawk. Thank you very much. You are more than welcome, sir. Thank you for coming along. It's always great to see you guys. And of course, you know, we so I've got some announcement in terms of I won't be streaming next Saturday, folks. Unfortunately, I am tied up. I'm going to be doing photography for the local rugby club, which is having their 100th anniversary sevens. So I'm going to be attending to that, doing photography. So I won't be streaming next week, and I will not be streaming on June 15th. But I will be coming back on the 1st of June. So I will be broadcasting then, and 8th of June as well. Hopefully, possibly, maybe Dark Fury might be streaming next week, so I'll have a chat with him, see if he's up for it. So there may well still be a positive rate stream, but there will not be the normal Saturday morning stream next week because I am off taking pictures. So Johnny says, great stream, take care all. No worries, Johnny, thank you so much for coming along. Christian says, you missed your alien side comment. I saw, oh right, yeah. you picked up on it, did you? Oh right, in case you crash, is the flight recorder then also the property of Wayland Yutani? Yes, absolutely. Wayland Yutani owns everything, Christian, you know that. Anyway, guys, all the best to you. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. And a huge big thanks to Big Jacko as well for the donation at the start of the stream today. That is it from me, guys. We'll see you next time. Take care.